So welcome back. So we left off at question 5 in our last video. So let's go back and look at what is the next question that we have in the Tableau prep guide. If 2013 sales were expected to increase by 50% in the following year, what would be the estimated sales in consumer segment in 2014? So this is kind of a bit complicated question, so let's understand a bit more. So I'm drilling down so that we all can see the question clearly. If 2013 sale numbers were expected to increase by 50%, so if I had a sale of $100 in 2013 and it increases by 50%, which means I get $150 in the 2014, what would be the estimated in consumer segment in 2014? So this is an interesting question. So they are asking for a sale increase of 50%. So let's first start by adding a new calculated column, which is called 2014 projection. And this is nothing but whatever sale I have, that multiplied by 1.5. The reason I have 1.5 there is 1 means 100 plus 50% increase, so that comes out to be 1.5. I click OK. So I have my 2014 projection. So let's add a new worksheet, rename the worksheet to question 6. So let's go back to the question. They are looking at customer segment in 2013. So these are the two filters I need to add. So let me go back. Let me pull customer segment right there, and let me pull the total sales. So if you see, the total sales in this consumer segment right there is 1 million, but this is across all the years. So I am looking only for 2013 data. So let's go and pull the data for 2013. How do I do that? Go and add a filter, as you guys know, years, and I'm looking at 2013. So apply. So right now, if you can see, for 2013 for consumer segment, I have a total value of 544,666. So now let's see what is a 2014 projection. So I'm just adding it right there. So if you see, if I have 150% increase, as I'm just looking at the consumer segment, I can easily say, okay, the answer is 816999. But if you see, we also multiplied the total values for others, but in this case, this is irrelevant. But certain times you don't want to do that. So that's when you have if and else. If the consumer segment is this, then do it. If not, ignore it. So for example, for those scenarios, but in this case, we are looking only for what happens for consumer segment. So it is 816999. Let's go back and see if we have that in our options. So yes, we do. That's the answer B. So that would be the answer in this case. So the next question that we are going to look at is question 7. In which region do all product categories fall beneath the average overall profit? So this is an interesting thing. So in which region do all product categories fall beneath the overall average profit? So let's go back and let's see question 7. Question 7. So we are looking at region and average profit, and then we are looking at product categories. So first let's get product categories and regions, and let's get what are they asking. Let's see that average profit. So let's get the profit, and let's change this to textual, and rather than sum, I am looking for what? Average. So if you look at, so the average profit in each region is, in central is for furniture, this is for this. Okay, now let's do some values. Let's add the totals across and also the grand total. So if you look at it, for furniture category, my value right there is 91 is my grand total, or the average in this case. In this case the average is 87. In this case the average is 295. If you look at it, you can look at this and easily figure out that South is a region where you are basically having all of the values less than your total average. So the answer in this case would be South. So, the other way you can kind of guess it is just by looking at the average and something very below the average. You can see South is very below, so you can easily say South is the answer in this case. So let's go back and let's look at the data and see if it makes sense. Yes, it does. So D, South, is the answer in this case. So that kind of helps us to get the answer. So the next question we are going to look at, which product subcategory has shipping cost to sales ratio above 3%? So we have two columns, shipping cost and sales, and they want the ratio to be above 3%. So let's go back, add a new another column, new create calculator, shipping cost SC to sales ratio. So you can, in your company or wherever you go, there are a lot of jargons that are used or acronyms that are used by the company. So always try to name your fields so that everyone can understand them, because when you have all of these exposed on the server, everyone who uses this data can be using the same acronym. So shipping cost to sales ratio. So what is this? I have it as shipping cost divided by sales. So as you know, we want to make sure we have the right one. So I'm going to make the sum of my shipping cost, and I'm going to do sum of my sales. As we saw earlier, doing it individually will give you a different result, but this is how we need to do it. Clicking OK. So now I have the new column. So let's go back, add a new sheet, rename the new sheet to question 8. So they are asking my, let's go back to the question and see what they are looking for. Product subcategory and shipping cost to sales ratio. Now let's pull up product subcategory right there. So this is a product subcategory they have, and let's say shipping cost to sales ratio. So looks like the shipping cost to sales ratio is this one, but I want to format this so that I get the percentile. So go to the format, in the numbers I'm looking at percentage, I want 2 decimals, and I'm clicking OK. I don't need that anymore. So they're asking for 3.49 per 3%, or whatever is the question, like above 3%. So let's see what is the data that we have right there. We can sort it in ascending order or whatever order, just to make sure. So we sorted it by the subcategory names. So let's see if we can basically add this as data and see. Yeah, looks like paper is the only one which has data above more than 3.49%. If you can see, if you want, you can see this, and then you can sort it out, and easily just by looking at this you can figure out that okay, paper is the highest, which has 3.49%, or kind of data like that. So you can either go back the other way, but normally you use graphs. So if you just click the show me, just looking at it, hey, paper is my first bad one, and then it is my rubber band. So paper is the answer in this case. Let's go back, see, paper C is the answer in this case. So let's move out to our next question. Question 9. Find the customer with the lowest overall profit and his or her profit ratio. This is important. Find the customer with lowest overall profit. Okay, so we need to find the customer with the lowest overall profit, and then we need to find profit ratio. What is profit ratio? We talked about it earlier. It is profit divided by sale. So let's first go add a new column, rename this, call it question 9, and add a new calculated field which is called profit ratio. This is what sum of profit so I'm typing up in this case so that sometimes it would be easy for you to type up rather than pulling it up. Sum of sales, double click the one you want, and then you can click apply, say okay. So now you have a new column called profit ratio. Okay, so what are they asking? Customer with the lowest overall profit. So let's first get that. So let me get the customer name and let me get the profit. Okay, and let me see that I have the overall customer profit. So basically let's see what we can kind of do quickly. Okay, looks like we have a lot of customers with the overall profit. I'm sorting it. So I'm looking at the lowest, so I want him the first. So let's click, let's go back to the data, because this kind of helps you to do the analysis very quickly. But so let me go back to the data. So looks like Dean Solomon is the one which has my maximum profit. And so what is the profit ratio? Let's add the profit ratio right there. Looks like he is -8. The reason why he is showing you -8 is because we are not looking at percentages. So let's see if we can format this guy. So format, I want a number, I want percentage, click OK, clear that. So I got -771.39%. Let's see if we have that right there. D perfectly matches. So this is how you kind of look or dissect the questions one by one, and then move on to the next questions. So let me leave it there, and I will come back in the next video with the next set of questions. Thank you.